Okay, here we are for the class. People are here, and Michelle and let's see who else is here. Trisha and Sandy and Kathy. I think you guys are gonna watch at some point in time. So I'm gonna flip the camera so that you can see everybody. So this is Diana is here for our class, and Andy, and so we're gonna just go ahead and get started here in a second. But you guys keep chatting because I've got to set this camera up so that it can be seen. And Michelle is watching. Awesome, Michelle. I hope you had a great time with your grandma. I'm going to actually, Michelle, I won't, I guess I'm going to have to flip the camera back again. Michelle says, I'm sorry I'm missing, but have a lot of fun. Wish your grandma a happy day if you're because I think you're there today, so have a good time. Michelle, this is going to be hard for me to be you today because normally you're the one that's going to keep me all organized on the card thing, and I'm going to have to actually do it myself today. This is going to be interesting because I don't think I've got my computer set up.
Do you stamp a lot on your own at home? Oh, bless your heart. Okay. I've got to get better about that.
And I was laughing, I was telling Kathy, I've been taking my wooden stamps apart to make them like a clean.
Oh, you
for
can do
acrylic
that?
Yes, and I have Stampin' Up! Sets from 2000, 2001, 2003.
Oh, I'm sure. I haven't sold any of my old ones because I haven't convinced myself I don't want them anymore.
That's what we were talking
Well,
about, yeah.
and so that inspired by Stampin' Up! Thing that I do. It's now for our team members, it's $5. It's free, actually. For you guys, it's $5. And it's the last Tuesday of every month. So you're working, so you probably couldn't do it, but it's in the morning. But yeah, the whole point of it is to use our old stamps. I wanted to have an opportunity to because you know what, we love our old stamps. I still want to use them too, but it's kind of fun to see new ways to use them because you know after you've used a stamp set a couple of times, you kind of get in a set like this is a good card that I like to make with this, but you get tired of making that one card, right? So and those old stamps are just as good. I love them.
Yeah.
A lot of times the new ones that come out, I think, well, I have an old one that's kind of like it, and I prefer my old one on that particular one. A lot of times I like the new one, but sometimes I prefer the old one. We've got that. You remember in the last catalog that came out, there was the flower of the month, the little stamps with the flower and the month with it, and they did a new one in not this new catalog, but the previous one. It wasn't as good. I have my old one. I thought.
So you peel the stamp off the wooden block.
And it comes off? What, do you use
The Stampin' Up! Ones come off.
Easy.
Oh.
So you're taking the foam backing off? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so
then you put it on this. You peel that first layer off, and it's so sticky. Your
okay,
scissors
now hold
get
on
all...
a sec. So what is this called? Oh, this is foam.
I brought that sheet for you.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, that was awfully nice of you. Okay, let me show Michelle really quick. Okay, Michelle, so Diana brought this Easy Mount Stampin' Store sheet. Where did you get this?
Amazon. Okay,
Amazon, and you can see the foam here, and this is super sticky on this side.
So
and
your scissors get all...
I'm giving it back now.
No, I'm reading the directions.
So let me see that one. So then this was on a rubber stamp. I mean on a wooden mount thing. So then I just peeled it off, and then you put it on that, and then you cut around it, and then this is how much, and it will fit on an acrylic block.
No joke. And that sticky is this?
So this is how to make your wooden stamps cling stamps. Yeah, see, that works great. Look at that. Look how that sticks good. And you can take off on your wood block. Sometimes, depending how well you got, you can peel that label off.
I split
have you been
3 or 4 fingernails.
Did you trying to get it off and it didn't
Finally, I
just
said,
peel off? Did they tear?
Mind.
Because
They
I think
came
I
off
tried
eventually.
that too.
The
and some
Stampin'
of
Up!
them
Ones come
tore.
off very nicely, pretty much.
Okay.
But if you have as dots, forget
Yes, I've got
forget
dots.
trying to do anything
Okay,
with the
those
dots
probably
ones.
were the ones that tore. 'Cause I had
And
some that tore.
if they have the yellow,
Right.
that just doesn't even peel off very good.
Okay,
It tears and
okay.
breaks.
Okay.
But you talked about something at one class, and so I thought, okay, I got to bring this.
Yeah, I appreciate you
So
doing that
glad
because
you do. It's
Yeah.
called Static Cling Easy Melt.
Yeah, and so the one side
If
is
you want, write it on your thing, and then you can take
it's super sticky that you
take
put
your
that on, and then
paper
you peel
with you.
this off, and it's like it takes up so much less space.
I know,
and
they do. Exactly.
How
And
do you
I'm really-
organize them then if they're not on a?
Yes.
How do you do that?
Oh well.
Gallery secrets now.
So I was doing this food program called Diet to Go, and some of the meals come. They're all ready. You just have to heat them, and they have plastic lids, acrylic lids. So I started by putting them all on these lids, but then I just got a new organizing cabinet that's 9 feet by
Oh my gosh.
6 feet. We finally got
Wonderful.
it put together, and it comes with 12 by 12 totes. So I just
Okay.
ordered some acrylic sheets, but so I was just using these lids, and you can stack 5 of those up in one of the totes.
Oh my goodness.
And so then I'll
Wow.
do my old stamps by categories, like
Like-
birthday, thank you.
Oh, rather than
Sympathy.
flowers.
Get
or-
well.
Okay.
Well,
like
I do
that.
have a flower
Okay.
one because it's just flowers, no sayings. So I'll have one of those, and then I'll have animals But so I just ordered some acrylic sheets because I thought, oh, I can just stack those sheets then because I'm not going to have enough of those food lids because I'm not doing that program anymore.
Right.
But it's just been fun and so when there's some programs on TV, that I watch regularly.
Right.
So I do that out in the dining room, and then I peel the stuff off when I'm doing that.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
It's a good system.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Okay, I'm going to say a prayer first really
Sure.
quick, and then we can get started, okay? Lord God, thank you so much for this class and the people that are online or going to be online, and I appreciate that you have provided a way for me to have fun, to be with friends that I love, for us all to be able to get together and have a great time doing something we love, and then what you help us create, we can send and give to other people and just share your love all the more. And it just you use it to bless more and more. This is just the way your love works. It goes from one person to multiple to multiple to multiple. We never even know all of the ways that this blesses others, but I just thank you for that. I just ask a special prayer today for us to be strong in whatever way we need to be strong. Help us to stay focused on who you are, all the good things you give us. And I'm just praying too for Michelle really quick and her grandma, for them to have a good visit at the doctor, and for the outcome of all of that to go well. And I think that's it. Thank you, God. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right, Michelle, I'm really quick going to show you. This is your little, here, let me see what I'm looking at. Okay, so here's your little lighthouse box. So the lighthouse box just lifts up, and then you have your little sea salt caramels in here. Isn't that cute? I loved making these. These are so fun. Isn't it cute? Yeah. So I put that together for you, Michelle, and I am eating two sea salt caramels today. They are only 70 calories each. Okay. Last night I went to Costco yesterday, and I brought home the sample guy had his lemon cookies out there. They were just those. Do you know what those Anna's gingerbread
kind of
ones? They're
flat?
super thin and they're very flat. Yeah, these are lemon ones.
Only you eat the whole bag by
I
mistake.
know, and so I had my cookie, and I thought those are so good, and they're so thin that I'm sure it'll be fine on a diet, right? So I went and looked at the box, 13 calories a cookie. So I thought, awesome, I could have one cookie and really not even count that. That's 13 calories.
So I brought them home and told Jeff about it. He's so funny. He said, "Oh, good. So I could have 13. I could have 10 cookies at each time. That must be 130." I said, "Or you could have one and not count it." I'm thinking this is why we have the weight problem we do, is because I'm thinking the same thing he is. It's not like I'm any better than him, because am I going to have one cookie? No, because I had 2 more in the car as I came home, and then when I got home, I looked at that pack and I thought, good, at least it does come in like this size pack. So I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I thought, the trouble is, Jeff's going to take one of those packs. He's going to eat that one whole pack, and that's probably, 30 cookies, I bet, in a pack? I'm not going to count, but I bet. And there's, of course, in a Costco box, it's a big box, so there's all these bags. I thought that was a mistake. It was good, but who can eat one of those cookies?
And they don't have them very often, because I always look for
Oh, they
them, but-
don't? Okay. Well, that's a good thing for me. So the sea salt, after I filled everybody's boxes, I only had 2 left. I thought, oh, good, because I can have 2. But this is the other good thing about having a class, is that I can have my sea salt caramel, and I'm not going to eat the whole box out like I would have otherwise. All right. So we are going to let's start with this card first, because this one's going to be the easiest one to do, so we can get through it pretty quickly. And that one is, I believe, in this brown envelope. Yes, it is. So I'm going to grab, this is the thing. I'm going to toss out my scissors, and these blending pens are we're going to just use those with the other cards, so I'm going to get that out of the way. And you can use, this is the snail and the Tombow. I use rubber cement. And so it's available if you want to use it. It's not
That feels like
up.
teacher to me, the teacher in me. I use those for years.
Well, that's why she has it.
Oh.
I was just going to say, I love the story of why she uses rubber cement.
I love rubber cement because I'm messy and I flub in it, and here's my little rubber cement ball. I can use my little rubber cement ball to just dab up the
I love
the
that.
messy. So, and here's some black memento. But I don't think we're using that on this card. I think on this first card we're just using Night of Navy. And I actually have my instructions here. Let me look at them, because I had to get these ready to go, so we'll just follow my
Oh,
instructions.
I love these Ziplocs that are
Oh,
little.
those cute, the little snack bag. I know. I did not.
Well, and it's easier because it has this that thing. I
Okay.
should get out
Whoever
more.
did that design deserves something. Because yes,
do.
the regular
Okay.
ones, I have a terrible time.
All right, so let's see if I can get this so that I can. Just like when I'm doing my videos, it's like I can't really see what you see, and I don't know if I'm really okay. There we go. So there's the card. I'm gonna stick that out here for you to see.
Bet you can't see.
This sheet.
Put that there, and maybe it's closer. To
Okay. So.
page block. Now, is that better?
All right, so it looks like the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to assemble the brown and the blue and this. We're going to assemble the basics first, then tie our ribbon and then stick it on this white base card. Okay, so the white base card, I'm just going to
Set aside.
move to the side. Yeah. Get it out of the way. And then I love this old wood. Oh boy, I bought a bunch of this because I love it. I was
I can
so
see
sad when it
why.
went away.
Well,
This
yes,
wood
I wish
just,
I
I was hoping they would carry it one more year. They only had it 1 year, right? Or maybe they did have it 2 years.
I don't know, because I turned over, last night I was doing some organizing and I turned over one of the sheets from Floralescence.
Oh yeah,
And it's
right.
but it's the birch.
Oh, that's right. It is.
I had not
Oh,
clicked on that
and
at all.
in that painted, is it
it's the Path of Petals paper, whatever. That one has a linen, or maybe that's the woven threads. I don't know, but there's a linen, a really nice linen side on one of those DSPs too. So maybe that's what they figured, is they were substitute. And they also have a really good wood background stamp
Yes.
that I've used, a couple of them really, because they've got the tree trunks in that rooted in nature, I think one, and then they all that you can use that looks really good, and then
Somebody,
they have a plank one.
yes. It's somebody, I laugh because instead of watching TV shows now, I watch videos. Of
I-
demonstrators
yeah.
making
You
cards
too.
I
all
know
the time.
there are so many good ones out there. You could just do that all the time. I know, I would too if
Pretty
Jeff would
soon
let me.
You
He's
know
not
these
interested.
people, you know.
I know you do. You do. They're nice. They're nice people. I would like to know them.
One lady that I'll tell you, if I need a laugh, I
Who
try
is
to
it?
find a Kathy B from, I think she must be from Georgia. Or at
Okay.
least they're within distance of Atlanta Children's Hospital.
Kathy B. We'll have to find
Yes,
her
we will.
because the funny ones are really
And
good.
she'll just bring into song.
Oh, how
And with her
cool!
own words.
Oh my goodness, how fun!
Oh, I was laughing so hard the other day that I got to remember this. So when I feel like I really need to laugh hard,
Right, I am gonna have to remember. Now we have it on video too, so I can find. If I forget, I can run it back. Okay, so you're gonna pick the side that you like. This happens to be about the both. I don't know that there's a good or bad. And then the Night of Navy, I just glued straight down. I didn't put a dimensional on that, but we'll need to stamp our nested thing before we put that on with a dimensional. Okay.
I think someone's trying to get a hold of you. Do you want to? Oh, I just didn't want you to miss if it's your ride. I was thinking, oh, it might
No.
be your ride.
Now look at your stitched, your Night of Navy stitch to make sure you're putting the right side up, because
I didn't know that was stitching.
it is a
I was
stitched.
very careful
I
on
didn't
this one.
either. So if you've already put glue on it, just assume you put it on the correct side, because actually I've done them on the wrong side and it doesn't really
And
matter.
sometimes you do it on the wrong side because you messed up the right side.
Yeah, that's very true too.
That's one of the fun things about watching the other demonstrators. Oh, you know, every card, every piece of paper has two sides.
Yeah, exactly.
love that.
Exactly. I do too. It is really important to know that, you know what, you are gonna probably mess it up at some point. You will, and I like cards because it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Oh, I do need to get some kind of a wet paper towel or something for you guys, because glue just gets on your hands no matter what you do. There's nothing you can do to avoid it. I need to get my little trash container, I think, out too. So here's just a little wet, slightly
Oh, thank
damp
you.
paper towel.
I like to watch Kathy's videos too, because if she makes a mistake or there's a little thing on it, I think I'll make this a flower or something, you know. I go, oh good, I can do this.
One lady yesterday did a smudge and she goes, well, I was already putting a ribbon on it, so I'll just move the ribbon up. And I was like, but, oh, she didn't do a smudge, she stamped her bird in the wrong color, and I thought, you really could have left it just like that because it looks kind of cool.
Right, exactly.
And what was her name again?
It's Kathy
With-
B. Let me see if I can.
Oh, that's okay. Kathy B.
Kathy B. Okay. Now this, I just used Night of Navy to stamp the lighthouse and those little birds.
Oh, but a pretty sound. Okay.
There's your lighthouse.
Kathy Bohannon,
Oh,
Creatively Blessed. It's Kathy with a K.
there you go.
I'll let you do it first. Makes me nervous to go first.
Okay, okay. All right, and then while she's doing that, if you want to do the tag, there's
two of these, so there's an extra.
you actually are going to use two
Okay.
because we're going to use it to make a little border for this tag. So we need two to do that with, and I'll show you in a minute how to do it. But if you you just, you know, I'm not sure if you want to use these sentiments. Actually, either one will work. Set sail in the directions of your dreams. What have I got on there? I've got. There's no
nothing
little.
little
Oh, I
about
must
the
have
light.
got. I must have used the other lighthouse stamp set for that. So let me go find that stamp set. What's that called? High Tide, I think it is.
Yes.
Okay. I was kind of surprised they kept High Tide with this new.
That's true.
So I thought, wow, two lighthouse stamps. That's
Down
kind of
low enough for
unusual
birds. Over to the left.
to have. Okay,
That's good enough, I guess.
so.
The birds are done in.
All right, so I'm actually going to bring out a couple of things here. So, because there's one,
Okay, do you
There's
cut
this-
the birds so that they won't? The first time I did the birds.
Oh.
I got
okay, now I forgot to mention, because you guys are stampers, but don't feel ashamed to practice on this before you actually stamp on here. Because everything's, you know, it's always different in somebody's house. It's different. It could be your own stamp you're bringing to somebody's house, and it's going to stamp different in their house. I don't know how. But, yeah, I always practice first before I actually do, especially when I've got a cut out piece that I don't want to have to go cut it out again. So, anyway, I
It's
would
just such a
recommend doing
pretty-
that.
Lighthouse.
It is. I really prefer this one. This lighthouse,
I didn't
this
buy the
high
other
tide one just sits there with nothing around it, and when I stick it into the sand, I don't like it. It just doesn't look right. I was so glad they came up with this, but I do like the sayings on this better.
Yes.
So there's several options on High Tide. Don't feel like you have to use the one I've got. And then I'm also bringing out Wishing You Sunny Days Ahead. I think that might fit on there. Let me see if it does. Yeah, it will. So this Wishing You Sunny Days would fit if you wanted to do that. I don't think the bigger... Oh, actually, that's... Yeah, okay. And this I Say Hello has a hello there on it, but it comes in a square. So you might not want to use it. And then I think Have a Wonderful Adventure would fit too. Well, it doesn't that way. You would have to do it that way, and then you'd have to move your tag. So I'm bringing you these options because I have a lady that usually does this with us who's not here today, and she never makes her cards like mine. Ever.
I have a friend.
She likes doing, and I don't care. If that makes her happy, I am perfectly happy too. But there's the High Tide one, and I'm gonna just leave it. You can put whatever stamp set you want there. Okay. I'm gonna eat one of my caramels. I've been looking forward to this since I bought them yesterday. Like, chocolate. I don't get chocolate very often. When we went to California, and I didn't eat a ton, but I did eat a lot of stuff I normally don't. My daughter, as I was scarfing down a piece of apple bread at their house, that was delicious, she said, "Oh, you're just eating all kinds of stuff." Is it? And And I thought, well, yes, I certainly am. It's nice to be able to eat a little bit. But when I came home, I thought, oh no, I probably have gained weight. But
I bet you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't.
Because you were on the move all the time.
You think that's why? So
Probably.
that's good. Yeah, we did walk a lot at that garden, that botanical garden. It was really beautiful. Oh man, I didn't see all of the. I didn't even come close to seeing all of it because Jeff was getting really tired of it.
Says, oh, these are at home.
He pretty
Next.
much one plant gets to looking like another plant to him. You know, they all look the same after a while.
Do you make them when we do it?
Mhm.
Okay, so
I
won't
am.
close it. Here are clean
I am.
stamps. But
I'm
it's
actually
all
doing Michelle's for her
right.
because she wasn't able to do it. Because she's taking her grandma to the doctor today.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It was really nice of her to do that. And she's getting a good chance to visit with her. She said she's 80. I think she said she's 87. And
That's the age of my aunt that I. Yeah.
I am going to warn you because I just got chocolate on Michelle's tag. If you're eating your chocolate, be careful, don't get chocolate on your tag. Fortunately, it didn't ruin it. Okay. So, Michelle, I'm stamping your lighthouse, and I hope it turns out because it's like, I never really know exactly if it's going to. When I'm doing the video, it's like, oh, good, it worked. Oh, I got to get our cleaning thing.
Oh, sorry, I just ruined one of these little.
No, it's all right. There's no ruining. Oh, and I don't think I got out any dimensionals either. We need those as well. You haven't secured anything yet. I hope that's good. You guys didn't put your tags on. Good.
Nope.
Because I forgot to stick those out.
So we don't bring dimensionals or adhesive to these.
You don't have to bring anything except yourself. No, I stuck stuff in because I do have this set. And I stuck in a couple of acrylic blocks.
There's yours.
Oh,
Here's
thank
a-
you.
Dimensionals. Okay. Boy, that was really good. I enjoyed that. I was like, oh man, food should never be that good. That's the one thing about dieting. It's like when I'm not dieting, I don't think about food all the time. But that's the problem with dieting. Suddenly you realize I'm thinking about food all the time now, and that's weird. So, okay, that worked. I'm always afraid about getting the edge.
Because that's what happened the very first time I went to use it.
Right. And it still happens to me all the time, depending if I rock it or not.
Yeah. And you think
So-
you're getting it.
I know you think you're just going straight down. And also these pads are pretty juicy. So if I press too hard, it'll muddy up the image. So, and I never know. Because I've gotten new ones that weren't as juicy and didn't do that. So you just never really know. Now with that other card, are we gonna... Better not put those birds away. We probably are going to use them again. Okay, so now you're going to just put this on with the dimensionals right on there. You guys probably already did that. And I'm going to use a pretty good amount here. I'll probably use at least 4. Just to make sure it stays on good. And then getting the little...
Kathy, do you
things
always
off.
make the card with the class?
I
Or-
usually do, but it depends on how many people are here. Because I can put a leaf in this table, and then, but I've never had to yet. We were pretty crowded with 5. 5 was too crowded for me. And then, because I think I was going to work on this little table over here and just use having the camera mounted on this table made it difficult to get the camera. So I ended up not doing the card that day, and Michelle did it for me, and I put the camera on her. So.
But you do it step by step.
But I do like to do it. I would prefer to always do it with the class because it's more fun for me too. And then also it doesn't go too fast.
I'm always behind.
It's really hard to. It's really hard to. It's hard to talk and stamp and everything at the same time. But I want you guys to have fun. I want you to talk and have fun. So if I'm just going through it super fast, that's why we're only doing 2 cards in 2 hours, Andy. Because we're having fun with it as well. If we were just going flying through it, we could probably do 4 easily enough.
I never get my cards done in class because I'm always behind.
No, and I don't even like to do it in class too much sometimes if it's going that fast, because then I feel like I'm flubbing up, and if I just had time to relax,
Then I really like my card, yeah, because
then I can I can do a good job with it. Okay, so then you're just gonna stamp your sentiment if you haven't already, and then looks like I just glued it down. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your tag. And I'm going to let Andy stamp her.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, you're going to take, okay. So you're going to take one tag and you're going to cut it in half this direction. And the other tag, you're going to cut in the opposite direction, like across this way. Okay. And then we're going to just kind of lay that down on your paper. And however wide you think you need to, and then you're going to just lay your label on top, and then move in your edges to get the size edge you want. You see what I'm talking about? Is this making sense?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I tried it once.
Oh,
I saw
good.
someone do it. And
Okay.
I thought,
Doesn't yeah?
but
It
looks
works,
like
doesn't it?
this.
I know. I was skeptical. Well, and the points, there are going to be some extra little points. It's not perfect. You can use your scissors to get those points out, but I've done that, and actually I prefer not to because I can't do it neatly, and these actually look pretty tidy and neat. So you just get it to the size you want, and then you can cautiously lift up your label, and I think I'm going to use the rubber cement because then I can still move I would use the Tombow or the rubber cement, because otherwise you're going to not be able to wiggle, and you're going to need to. You're not going to get it on there perfect with 4 pieces trying to go on there. Okay, Michelle, are you still watching? Because if you are, I don't know what sentiment you want. You're probably not. I see one person is watching, but so if you are watching, tell me, do you want, because I'm doing your card, do you want the, I've got, for my card, I've got there's nothing little about the light you shine. Where is that?
It's right here.
Oh, it is right here. Okay. There's nothing little about the light you shine. There's also in high tide or low tide, I'll be by your side. Or let hope be your lighthouse beckoning you through stormy seas. Because I don't think that you have the most amazing ability to take an ordinary moment. That one won't fit. It's too wide. So I'll wait a minute and see if you reply to that.
Kathy, I think I need a little more instruction on this
Okay.
part. Or not instruction, but
Yep, no problem. So
someone to
you're
save
just gonna
me.
you're just gonna do exactly what you're doing. You're just gonna lay it out here,
Okay,
kind of
those two
haphazardly
on.
for now,
Okay.
and then lay it on, and then you're gonna just move them in to however you want. You know, as far as close or as not close as you want. Let's see, wiggle that out a bit more. I'm having a hard time too. In fact, it might be easier to just do one at a time. If that works better, you can do it that way. Just do one at a time, trying to get this edge, you know. So you can put some glue on that, stick that on, or snail. Because if you're doing it one at a time, you could probably use snail. And then if you like working with it that way, and then do this one, so you get it that direction.
Because you can always
And
trim
then
it.
do this side. That might actually be easier. I'm not sure how Diana's doing it, but that actually... Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing, Michelle, because that Andy's question was a good one, how to do it, because the laying it out and just laying... That wasn't working. So just do one at a time, one side at a time. I have to stamp yours first, so I'm not doing it, but you can just put your glue on there, stick that on, then do this side. That way you're going to get your borders the direction you want, or the exact size you want. Okay.
Looks so cool.
It does, doesn't
Even with
it?
just
Look
one
at
of
that.
it.
I love that. I
It looks
know.
awesome.
I really like that, because then you can take your punches, any punch, and make a nice looking border for it, or any die too, for that matter. If you don't, because some of the layered dies, not the layered dies, but the other ones that are tag dies, they don't have just that 1/8 size larger. They have a 1/4 size larger, or 1/2 size larger, and that's so big on a card. So, yeah, Michelle's not responding, so I'm gonna just do what we're doing. Okay. All right. Well, this is so nice of you, Diana, to have taken a day off to come and do this. That was so sweet of you to do that.
I know.
Oh, I don't have your I forgot to get your catalog bound. I'll have to mail it to you now since I screwed that up, because I was gonna have it ready for you today, and I'm gonna claim vacation.
Well, I laugh because it means
Memory.
the pastor has to get his sermon notes done early.
Oh, it
because
does.
I take care of the church bulletin.
Ah.
And he was gone. He didn't come back. He's been on vacation. He didn't come back in the office till Wednesday. So it's like,
That's pretty good. Yeah, doing it one at a time's working out a lot better for me.
My sides worked out, but then I get funny little.
Yeah, now though
Is
you
that
will.
okay?
Yes, you will
Okay.
get those weird
which
corners.
actually looks.
Kind of cool.
into
It
yours.
does.
See?
It actually looks pretty good. Because I tried cutting those off on the first one
like
I ever
that,
made.
You're right.
And I didn't like it after I'd cut them off because I couldn't cut a perfect curve. You know, if you could cut a perfect curve, it would be fine.
And we're doing dimensionals with this, right?
Yes, this one's going to be on it with the dimensionals. And then, we probably want to get our little wheel glued on here pretty soon, just because it takes a while for that to, yeah, because we'll want to put a pretty good amount of that Tombow on there just to make sure it stays on good. So, Andy, how is your aunt doing? Is she doing all right? But about the same?
I think her legs are starting to heal up, and she's a little more interested in getting on top of checking
Oh,
out assisted
good.
living. So
Oh, good.
that
that's
helps me
good.
not.
Yes.
Oh, it
badger
sure
her about it.
does. Yeah.
She could
that-
have been there 2 years ago, but in my opinion, but everyone's
Right.
different. She wasn't ready then, so she couldn't have been, you know.
Yeah.
I
well,
admire the people who go in before they
oh, me
need it.
too. See, my mom was like that. My mom sold insurance for years. So she was a great sales lady. She sold Purple Cross, which is a funeral home plan. It is very lucrative. That's all I can say for that one. It's very lucrative. She did really, really well. And it actually was it was good because you have the funeral planned that you want, and you've paid for it, and you're not going to be in any way, a burden after your death to your family. Then that's the point of it. So it worked out really well. Well, while she was doing that, she also, because she was dealing with a lot of elderly people, came across some really good plans for, assisted living kind of stuff. But she didn't ever purchase that for herself. But she did know that she wanted to get it set. So she set herself up in a semi-assisted place. Oh, she was about my age, I think. I mean, she was quite young. And it was great because she had friends there. She knew she didn't want to be a burden on us kids. And so that was her way of doing that. And it was really nice to know that she was pretty well taken. She had Alzheimer's though, so where she was living eventually wasn't set up for Alzheimer's. And there was a guy that kind of taken her under his wing, kept her going there for as long as possible, and then really very close to the time that she started she pretended to know me for a long time. And other people in my family thought she was just faking it, which I thought, this is something she's not faking it. Anyhow, by the time she needed to go to an Alzheimer's place, she was her memory was pretty far gone. We brought her down here to Callaway. It was Callaway then, and that worked out good. She lived there for about 3 years and passed away, but it was as smooth as that sort of thing can ever be. It's not an easy thing to go through.
Because my sister-in-law and brother they kind of waited too long for her dad, and then they ran into, he has too much money, he doesn't have enough money, he da-da-da-da-da.
Oh,
so
no.
they've just been fighting that. And sometimes you have to just laugh, because he'll repeat the same story,
Right.
over and over.
Right.
And you try to make funny comments, and pretty soon you just, okay, John,
Right. Right. All right, so now now that I got the borders on there, we're going to stick that on the card so I can see the wood. And then I think I'm going to put the wheel on, and then I'm going to put so I've already put your
which I'm grateful
tag.
for.
I know, I'm trying to make it easy because it's hard to do these little things.
Yeah, my fingers sometimes won't.
I know it. Mine, and I of course cut myself this morning when I was doing my mango, and I do every time I do a class. I think it's because I'm in a rush in the morning. So anyhow, I don't even know what this. Oh, this little white piece is for your.
Thank
Yeah,
you for.
that's right, for your little thing. So I'll have. I think the little thank you at the bottom is just cut with scissors. So you're just going to stamp that with your Knight of Navy, and then you're just going to cut around it as close to the words as you kind of can, and then just glue it on.
Word somewhere. I've got the stamp pad for this.
The words, did I put it away on you?
Oh, sorry.
I thought you had done it already. This is the other thing I do that Michelle keeps these things in order for me. Now, is that the saying you wanted?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And now the thank you. I have to find the thank you because
there is thanks that goes with this.
Oh, it's on the by the bay.
Ah.
So there's the thank you. Although you could use whatever one you want. That actually is a pretty cool one. If it would fit, I think the reason I used that one is because it's
that's
a little too big. Yeah, and if you don't want thank you, you might be able to find something else too. I do have itty bitty greetings, so if anybody wants anything else, I do too. And they're so tiny, so you can always stick a itty bitty greeting.
And they have those little itty bitties for Christmas in the Christmas
I
catalog.
love that. Oh, that's gonna
Or
be
on
fun.
the PDF, it looks
I
like.
know. We only have a week to go. We can start ordering away. Oh my goodness. The holidays start so soon.
I'm so ready for that.
I know. I know. Exactly. Okay, so what I did with the ribbon is I took this piece that has our tag on it, and I just taped it onto the back.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can kind of slide your tag to where you want it. And then after you've done that, did I do that? There looks like there's a knot there. Hold on. No, I did knot it. Okay, so I didn't do that. I did actually tie a knot. So, because where you have tied your knot is where you're going to tie your little anchor. So your anchor's already on a loop, so you don't have to attach it. But all you're going to do after you've tied this in a knot, so the knot's going to go here or here. I guess it doesn't matter. I have it here, but it could go here. So you're going to tie your knot and move it where you want. Okay. And then I think I would, after you get it tied, you might want to use tape just to make sure your ribbon is flat on the back, so that when we stick it on the card, it's gonna not be bulky. And then you're gonna tie your anchor onto that knot, and then trim it, and then you can fray your linen ribbon.
Does anyone want the thank you? I brought 2 blocks, so I
That's what goes on this.
That is going to go on this piece, yeah, and then you're going to trim it to fit onto your...
I can't remember seeing the figure. Oh, there it is. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And I'm just putting a pretty good amount of glue on that wheel. The glue does dry clear, so if it
Squishy.
shows. But now I'm going to have to kind of be careful tying my ribbon, because I don't want the wheel to move around. And it might if I jiggle too much.
I think I actually did an okay job. And it's stuck to me.
Oh. Okay, it's the getting this little banner. Somebody's doing something. I think I'm going to shut my windows.
I keep getting crooked.
You're probably trimming their grass over here.
Sounds like it.
Well, it's about time to shut the house up. Anyway, I heard it could get to 100 today. I sure hope it doesn't. I'm getting that air conditioning on just in case. My camera overheated yesterday, or a couple of days ago, when I did a super long video.
Oh no.
I've got that little prayer page going. I was in the middle of my prayer, and the camera said that it shut off because it was overheating. I didn't know that they did that.
I didn't
Apparently
either.
it does, if you got it on for hours and hours.
I didn't know that either.
It was a really hot day, too. Oh, well, I won't be doing that on Mondays anymore. I'll do it on a different day. Okay. All right, so I'm just trying to tie my knot. I'm still not sure, but I think that is how I want my ribbon to go. I'm never really sure exactly which direction I want it to land. Okay, so I just tied it into a knot. I think it's gonna lay pretty flat. Maybe I won't need any tape. And then you're just gonna wanna leave enough of an edge so you can fray that end and have it show. Stamp our little thank you. Oops, we'll do it again. I messed it up.
I kept getting it crooked.
You're
For some reason. My
trimming
little
it?
thank you-
I had to
thank
do
you.
it 2 times 2. And then, yeah, I'm just going to use my rubber cement on it. Yeah, I'm still working on. I have 2 cans left now of rubber cement from Tap Teal Elementary.
You're getting down.
I am, but I started with like 20. You know, like I don't know. I retired from them. Like I think this is the 4th year now. So, and I had it while I was working there for at least a couple of years.
Do they let you use it anymore?
No, that's why I had so much of it, because the kindergarten, well, I don't know whether they let them. I think they would let them, but somebody, you know, said they didn't like it. And so the kids didn't use it anyway. It was,
That's
you know,
right.
it was when they got rid of it, I thought, well, fine, your stuff's not going to lay flat and nice like it used to. But it didn't matter because they had given up doing all of those kinds of projects anyway. We didn't have time.
Right.
They didn't have any fun anymore. Kindergarten was no fun for a few years. I think they've gone back to having some fun again. I hope so. I left. I was done. Like, you know, sometimes I figure, you know what? I'm too old for this. This is what happens when you get old, is you remember all the things that were better, and the kids don't know any better. They're new little. The parents should, but the kids don't. Yeah. And the parents apparently they don't care enough to say anything. So whatever. It's frustrating for the teachers. They know, but.
But no one wants to listen to us.
Well, and eventually, you know what? The new teachers are the ones that are there. The old ones all leave and go somewhere else, and then or quit. Also retire. We all kind of retire. And then they have people that are more cooperative, so it works out. It's a win-win for everybody when we quit.
Probably. I never thought about it like that.
I don't know. And then things always go back again, you know. So all right, so I did just tie it into a knot, but my ribbon is pretty long, so I think for this one I'm going to actually do a little bow on the anchor. We'll see how that looks. It doesn't look good. I like the knot better. Knot looks better anyway. What do you think, Diane? Are you doing a bow?
Well, after you said that, I thought, well, I'll try.
What do you
But
think?
it's not going
Yeah,
into
it
a
doesn't.
bow.
It doesn't look very good, does it? Because I just did, this is the anchor bow, like the baker's twine bow. It doesn't look as good. No, just a knot looks better. Because then you can kind of see your little loop that the anchor is on, actually. So, I do like this baker's twine. When I first bought it, I thought, oh, that's ugly. It's not even white. It's Night of Navy with a linen-y color. And I thought, yuck, I'm never going to. And then when I did this card, I thought, that's perfect. I love that. It's perfect. It's a manly one, you know. It's very manly.
So, Kathy, you actually went around this top. And
Okay, what did I do? Let's look. So, I did. I actually glued it down. But you know what? We might want to use dimensionals.
Well, here's
I'm
what
not sure.
I glued this part onto my card.
Oh, you did before you did your ribbon.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
I didn't know.
That is okay. You know what we are going to do? I am going to cut you another white sheet.
Oh no, that's
yes.
okay.
Yes, because you
can
use
make a
Tombow,
little
right?
bow.
Well, you could just do it around the whole thing. Do you want to? But I can do a new white card. It's not a big deal.
No,
Are you sure?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
okay. But I'd be happy
My
to do
mistake.
that. It's not a big deal. All right. So now we'll glue that on there, and we're done with this one. That looks pretty good.
Oh, and you
might-
you frayed both of them.
Yeah, she did. It's pretty that way, huh? I don't know that did I?
Nope, you didn't
Okay.
do the Sahara.
But
Beauty.
actually, I think you can, and it looks pretty good too.
I think I should have cut it off a little bit more to fray it.
Okay. Oops, oh no, it was good. The one bad thing about this rubber cement is that it sometimes interacts with the, if it's, especially if it's a thin piece of paper, if you've got a dimensional on the other side holding stuff on, I don't know what's in the rubber cement, but it'll react to it, and your embellishments will fall off on the other side. So I usually try to either stick with rubber cement or the other. And then I had some, that glimmer paper. I did a bunch of glitter, for future use. I cut the glimmer, I rubber cemented it all onto cardstock and stuck them aside. And then over a course of a year, all that glitter fell off the cards. Almost all of it. When I took it up, I thought, whoa, what happened here? all the glitter fell off because of the rubber cement, just interacting with it. So it's not always a very good adhesive to use. I've never had that happen with the Tombow. Okay, so if my white is just a tiny bit too large, so I am trimming the edge a bit here, which is a little tricky around that ribbon, but I think I can do it. The trouble with this is that I always go into the brown a little bit. Okay, there, that one's done. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so on this one, it looks like our sentiment, I'm doing the sentiment the same way, same method, but it works better with this tag. And then we're going to stamp it with the By the Bay one is black memento. Looks like all of it except for the sentiment is black memento ink. So I'm going to leave that Night of Navy out here, but I've got two black mementos, so you don't have to share.
Kathy, how did you get this one, my little anchor hangs
okay.
down?
So then I just tied it into a knot right over that knot. Yep, right.
Even though it hangs down?
Yes.
Oh,
because
okay.
you want it to dangle. And your loop's a little bigger. So was mine. Let me show you how it looks. It's a little bigger.
Okay.
But it looks okay.
Yes.
You could, if you want it to be a smaller dangle, you could probably fix it.
Oh, it'll be perfect.
All right. Andy, did you want any water or anything at all?
No, I'd just like to be a little faster.
Oh, you're fine. Do not. We're not in any. You got plenty of time. It's only been 1 hour. This is going easy peasy.
I have to give my family enough time to do their shopping.
Uh-oh, my battery's low. Low power mode. Okay, close. I might have to get my charger attached here. To do that, I'll have to plug in my computer. I'll have to have a cord stretched across here.
I like that frayed look.
Mm-hmm.
It's adorable.
I don't even think to do that. That's what I love about other people designing cards, because it's like, I never thought of doing that.
Oh, I get it. You know what? Why mine looks weird? Or I have this extra because I put my knot. The knot, I rolled it around here. Does that look any different though?
No, I don't think so.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't look. It doesn't look any different than mine.
Well, I still have
What
this.
did you do?
Well,
Oh, how cute.
you have a nicer piece left over that you used for something.
Oh,
I have 2 small pieces left over. Okay, I'm gonna try first.
Oh, that is just adorable.
It is really cute. The guys that I'm giving these to are going to really like them. I'm just plugging in my camera here, so there we go. Now we're
Oh, I like that.
Okay,
May I
then I won't
copy?
take it off. Yep, you can.
all right. Okay. Very cute. Oh, nice.
So that's what it actually looks like. My
This is
nephew
the-
carved out.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that just amazing?
It is. Oh, my camera. Trust this computer. Yes. There. Now we're good. All right. Yeah. Let me see that again, please. Thank you. Okay. So Michelle, this is, and anyone else watching, Diana's, who is nephew made it was a kit.
And he carved it.
And he actually carved it. See, that's the thing I was thinking. I
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
had little
This
tools.
looks
I was gonna
cool.
bring the little box, but I don't know where it is right now.
It's really, it looks professional. Because that's what I was thinking is like, I couldn't possibly, but that looks fantastic. I love that. Yeah, that was really neat. I went online
has
and
my
saw
name
that kit,
With my last initial.
but I was thinking, I don't know if I
How'd
could
you do
possibly
that?
do that.
Carved it, yeah.
Do you have a stamp, Kathy, you put on the back of yours?
I only have my little crow. I've got a little
Oh.
crow. Yeah, that I found
Gorgeous.
online. It's a little crow, and it's actually, it's probably a Halloween because it's not really even a nice, cute crow. It's kind of, but it fit us. It fits our family. Our family is kind of loud and annoying, like crows are. Crows are loud, and so this is my little
There's
crow.
anything loud about you.
I'll stamp it here so you can.
Oh, that's
So
adorable.
Yeah, it's a crow. It's cawing. That's what they do. They caw. They kind of are pests. And so I thought, well, this isn't a cute crow, but it was the other crow that
Diana, do you want to do your envelope?
were
Well, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do
So-
on my.
it actually fits our family really well. So I like it. It's a crow.
Oh, that's adorable.
All right, so you guys are done with that one. And I'll just so I made a little bag for you guys, and I hope your bag doesn't
Here
fall
is
apart. You can
your
stick your
sample. Oh,
stuff
really?
in your little bag, and there's one for you.
Oh, this is adorable.
Well,
Isn't
I didn't make it very.
What is
Do
this
you know
from?
how to use the bag? We had an old bag punch, and I can't use it. I tried several times, and
What I love is that you
it
took a.
comes with an instruction sheet. I mean, they're not even selling it anymore. I don't think. I'm not sure they might be, but it's the bag.
Because I think
I
there's
don't think I
something
had it, yeah.
different now.
Well,
But
so
I
it
used to
has
make these by
instructions.
just on
What
my
do you
own.
use?
So
What's this
yeah,
paper?
before anything like this existed. I
Well,
used to.
and you know what? So I followed the instructions, but it doesn't. As you can see, your bag is not folding up nicely. But I know Kara uses it, and it's fine. So it's me who is unable to use this bag.
I've never.
So I thought, well, because Kara, one of the last year's BOGO thing that Kara did, she had taken the old catalogs like this.
Is
and
this
That's
what
what
this
the
is?
clever
catalog?
idea.
Oh, so I thought I'm going to do that. So one night I ripped apart a whole bunch of my leftovers occasions catalog because I don't know if it would work as good with the big one because you do need a big sheet. And it worked great though with the occasions one, but
That's
except
a great
except
idea.
that the ends didn't
Ooh,
work
feel this
right.
ribbon.
I know.
It's soft.
Oh, I love that ribbon. They retired that. It's Night of Navy. I was sorry. I have a bunch of it because I bought a bunch because I knew I would use a
Well, what's
lot
the
of it.
reverse side of it? Is that
I don't know.
is
Because
that the
it's
Sahara
neat,
sand?
I don't think it is.
Maybe that granite
No,
or
it's
Oh,
one of the.
dark. It's
granite?
darker.
Yeah, it could be granite. Yeah, it could be. Okay, so now we're doing this card. So for this card, again, we're gonna use the Knight of Navy backing and build onto that, and before we actually attach it. You can put your pool party piece right on your card stock if you want to get started on that, because we're not everything's going to be just stuck on to it. It's not no ribbon has to fold under anything, so it really doesn't matter what order you work on this card. The only thing is, I'm going to just say these are the blending pens that I used for coloring the By the Base set, and but I do have up there on the buffet are all the blending pens. If you want to use any other one, feel free. The Stampin' Up's watercolor pencils are in that container too. There are other pencils as well. If you prefer pencils, some people like pencils better. And then I think I used, I got to get the blending pen out. Because you might want to wait and let me experiment a little bit first, because I'm not really sure about the Lighthouse, what I used, because none of these are what I'm looking at here. Now that I'm seeing this, I'm thinking I used some other Copic pen and didn't write it on there.
Or did you use your aqua pen and just blend the Knight of Navy?
I don't think I did, but it's possible. But I did have the color lifter. And I might have used the color lifter to spread it around, because I had that in my instructions. So anyway, if you are confident with your own coloring skills, go ahead and just color away. But I would test every pen on your scrap paper first before you actually put it onto your image, just to make sure it's coloring the color you want. That's the only thing with those blending pens and Copic. Every time I do them, I pick different colors, because that's just.
Because whatever when I watched, we used the Knight of Navy stamp, and then you used something and blended it, and it was so cool looking. I was like, I didn't know these could do this.
Well, it probably was, because I have it written, and I wrote. It probably was this the color lifter. Because the color lifter actually
I didn't have one of
does
those.
spread around a little, but it
might do
it
the
can.
same.
Now, the one thing, when you use the color lifter, after you've used it, make sure you clean it off onto your, because you want to keep it clean. That's the only thing with the color lifter. And then these are my Copic pens. The Copic pens actually have a lot more really pale.
Did you find them ever going on sale?
Yeah, on Copic's actual website.
Because I've started some, but
25% off.
they will?
Yes. But
Copic's
you
website.
just wait for that sale. And yeah, so Copic has their own website, and they will sign up on their email, and then they will send you notifications. And so they've gone 25% off 2 times in the probably 8 months that I've been monitoring there. So yeah, more than not even just, the first time around I bought a ton because I thought it would be like a once a year sale. No, it wasn't. So yeah.
So how do you feel? Everyone says, oh, Copic's, not everyone. Some of the girls that don't have Copic say, oh, it's the same, but I don't think it's the same.
Well, there's
It's
just
the
other
blending.
colors. You
think that's it?
For me, that's all it is. Now, the pen
There's
nibs
more
are not
different-
as good. I like the nibs of our blending pens better,
Yeah.
because the Copic pen's smaller nib is a wedge. It doesn't have a fine point. Now, see, and this is the fat point is fine. I don't find any difference
only
with the
has
fat
the
point,
one.
but it has this wedge.
Ooh.
And so, which is
Interesting.
fine, but if you want to really detail, it's fatter. So that's the only difference that I'm seeing in it. Now with all of these, you can take your tweezers and pull this out. You know this, don't
And
you?
refill. No, I've just started. I've probably only got 12 of
Okay,
them.
because you can pull it out and then you can put it back in. I don't know how many times you could do that because it is like a felty almost. So if it bends and starts getting messed up, you're not going to be able to get it back in. But then you can put some, not a lot, but a little alcohol in there, and then rubbing alcohol, it'll extend the life for a little bit.
Oh, so they don't have really refills.
They do.
Oh.
Now these have refills. You can just buy this in a refill.
Really?
They do for cheaper than the pen, but I don't know that it's significantly cheaper. I haven't bought them yet. I haven't had them long enough to need a refill. But you can also pull these out too. Our blending pens. I think you can pull. I think I have on one of them. Maybe not. Though.
Really? Okay.
I'm not so sure on this one. I haven't actually, I don't know that I've needed to yet. I haven't had these all that long. I think you can, because I think Heather said that she had. So I think you can, if you have one that's already ruined, you're going to have to replace it anyway. I wouldn't touch one that's working good, but try it before you buy a new one. You just take your tweezers, you pull it straight, you just make sure you're pulling it straight out so it doesn't
So it
bend.
doesn't bend.
You take your rubbing alcohol and just little drop, just 2 or 3 drops in there, and then try to get it back in. It should smoothly go back in. If it doesn't, it starts bending, it's going to be a problem.
Okay.
Getting it back in. That's why you don't want to do it until you actually have a pen that's
That's
going
a
to
good
be
lesson. Okay.
ruined anyway. Because yeah, you don't want to ruin your pen. Okay, so with the card, I'm going to do my label first. And let's do the label first, and then I can close our Night of Navy up, because I think that's the only thing. I think we're using the black memento, it looks like, on all the other images. Okay? And if you want to stamp any of the insides of your cards too, feel free. I don't do it just because of a time thing, but it is nice to do it. So when we're all done, feel free to go back in and do the insides of your card. Okay, so Andy's already got her pool party on there. I'm going to do that too. Get that stuck on there really quick.
So is this long one the one that goes on here?
I think it must be.
Okay.
I started.
Uh-oh, well, I can always cut you another label if you need to have another label.
Okay, I think I messed it up so that you're gonna get a smooth.
Oh, I can mess it up on my own.
Well,
Easily.
this time it would have been my fault because I think I got it.
And this is the Night of Navy.
What one is this? This is Let Hope. Oh, I like this saying. Let hope be your anchor through the storms of life. That's a good one. I really like that. I was so glad they didn't get rid of the, was it Hope, Hold On to Hope, the cross one. I love that set. It's a really nice one. Has a lot of.
I know, when you told me the measurements of that, it was like,
Oh, that card is so neat. I still have it in here because I'm going to do a card like that at some point in time. Let me see if I can find it. This is so cool.
and I think I got
So
the
Andy, you've
diet
got to
from,
see this. So Diana made this card, and this is beautiful.
Oh my
Isn't
gosh.
that nice? I love that.
Yeah.
Is that an embossing
It-
folder?
Yes.
Looks like it is. That's a nice one. And now you're going to even be more impressed. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Oh, that is so
Oh,
cute.
and I love this because he has had to carry me for so long through this.
I love that, though. That is so pretty.
And that they wanted a card that they could have some people come in and help make
That
and
is
give
so
to the
cool.
shut-ins for Easter because they don't want candy. They don't want.
Right. And
You
so
know.
did you just use filament? Is this like little filament?
Clear thread.
Clear thread. Okay.
I didn't even know there was such a thing.
And because I think I got the whole idea from Jennifer McGuire.
Oh,
I do
okay.
follow her.
She does spinner cards. And I had fun making some,
Okay. Here, I'll
Oh,
take
you
that.
make it happen.
and then I tried.
Thank you.
If you watch videos, you've seen this one, and I'm anxious to try it. It's the sliding rain with the beads
Ooh, I have seen that. That looks
on
so
clear.
cool.
I don't know what kind of thread it is, but like a little girl with an umbrella, and then from the top, picture clouds. Well, all the little raindrops come down, and you go like
It's
this,
really
up
cool.
and down.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
No, I haven't tried it yet either, but it looks really neat. And I was thinking with our...
I have 2 of these. Do you need an extra? Or are we
Oh,
supposed
we are
have
going to cut them again and do the same thing as we did with the other one and make
Oh.
a little border.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we're done with this. Does this go to that set?
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, let's see. I'm not, so we have 3 whites.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have...
And I'm assuming you're using this one
Okay,
for all
yeah,
your
let's make
stamps that you're
sure.
gonna die cut.
Yeah, I think so. So let me just look at that card really quick,
Okay.
because yeah, we've got 2 stamps to do on the die cut. Yeah, so just making sure that you're stamping
The right way.
the right one, because that
This
one
is the
goes
one
on the
that goes-
Knight of Navy. Because
Okay.
one of them will be the right size and one won't. So, and then you have a big one, super big one that won't. That one's gonna have the lighthouse and
Did
the.
you have the black ink pad?
I don't think so.
There's one.
Oh,
okay.
okay,
Right there
sorry.
for you.
Here's
No,
one.
because she had 2.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
so
you're
I was
good.
hogging one.
Yes, you can hog one. You're good. You're good.
You're allowed.
Don't lose your little Brad in there. There's a
I know,
Brad
I
in the
keep-
bag.
Watching it.
Stick him back in there. He's gonna keep rolling out.
Okay, so those
Trying
are the
to
only 2
escape.
things we're gonna die cut.
Okay, so then your tag, yeah, you're gonna just do your tag the same way. And it does work a little bit better with this one. You cut it 2 directions, across both ways.
Let's see, are we putting birds on? Yes. Okay, so then.
Okay, yeah, there's the card so you can see it. I'm gonna stick it in the middle there. Get rid of that.
Here's birds.
I'm not gonna stamp them yet, but I'm gonna put the anchor on here.
This
So
one.
I'm gonna take the birds off, and they are right in front of me. And if I say that out loud, then if someone says, "Where are the birds?" maybe I'll remember. This goes on the gray.
Right, because there's gray. We're gonna cut out
The anchor.
the anchor. It looks like, yeah, because I've already done because we're gonna stamp the anchor with black memento, and then I'll cut it out for you. People doing it online, if they don't have their die cuts, then they're gonna have to fussy cut their anchor, which I, really did not want to have to buy all of these dies, but they do such a much nicer job of cutting
Yes.
than I
Okay,
do.
So when you're die cutting ours, you can do more than one at
Sure.
a time because.
You can? I want to hear this.
Whoops! I brought mine.
So how many can you do?
Oh, I was thinking you had a way.
Oh, you
to
brought
do it on one.
them. Wow. Oh my goodness. You are so well organized. That looks
Well,
great.
I wasn't sure what
That's
might
nice.
help you.
That's nice.
So I brought my stamp set and
Oh, that's awfully nice of you.
and my
Are
little.
these, have they not been taken off? They're
Yeah, they
Oh, you
have.
have. You're just, I'm not going to use yours.
No,
Yours,
no.
Yours are too nice.
No, no, no,
I don't want to use them because they're too nice. Mine are like all thrown in the
Well,
thing.
that's usually how I do. This one just happens to have.
Okay, well,
stayed.
if I'm using yours, you're going to have to come in there with me and make sure they go back properly in their spot because, whoa, that's, I throw them in. In fact, I came up with, I don't know what die it said it was 2. I had a die on the floor from whatever, a little flower die. Well,
But you
actually,
knew right where it was.
no. Well, it was,
Oh.
yes, it was on the floor under my chair. So then I looked at all the die sets in the catalog to identify which, because it is one that doesn't have a number on it.
Oh.
There was no number on it. And I had no idea, because I had a whole bunch of sets out, that day. And I had so I went through all the catalog, looked at every image. It wasn't one in the new catalog. I looked at I have the old catalogs die pages cut out and it's stuck in there so that I can do, as this sort of thing happens all the time, unfortunately. So I looked at all of those, not any of those either. So then I thought, well, that means it must be one of the special sets that came out, the rose one or the season one last year, that blended seasons. Or that wonderful romance that I don't think I have a sheet of that either. And that's the one that's the set I stuck it in. I never did find out what.
Well, because I've lost one in the process of trying to take it off the tape. It came off the tape.
You
and
lost it. I've had that happen
flew.
too. I've had that happen where it's flown away. I know. You lost it though. You really did?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, it has to be in the craft room somewhere.
Oh,
And my
no.
niece vacuumed for me and she looked for it, but
She couldn't find it either.
no, and she's
Oh, that's
17, so
too
she has
bad.
good eyes.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. That's
Yeah, I have a question here.
Yes.
How to make this because it's raised
Right.
on both of them.
I cut the tags again, cut
Uh-huh.
it this way and that way, and then I'm just doing it like we did before, one at a time, to get it on the
So
edges.
you're not raising this up
But
from
I-
the tag this
oh.
time.
I
that
did
right?
raise it. Oh, you know what I did? What we're going to do, because I'm glad you noticed that, because I didn't. I'm going to cut cut out another one that we will stamp, and that one we will raise. Because you need one.
That's what I'm having.
You need
trouble
one
with.
to stick the
Okay.
things on. And then, so I should have done two of these white ones, okay?
okay, I
So if
get it.
you have a kit and you don't have 2 of these white ones, yeah, you're going to need this die to do it, or any tag, actually. Because people who have a kit, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for them. Any tag that's cut even remotely into this shape just to hold these pieces together is going to make it easier. Because when I did this card, let me
That's
look at
good
this
to
card.
learn then.
When I did this card, I actually didn't do that. I separated them and then I just put dimensionals on the edges. So if you want to do that, you can. I took, but I'm going to have to do something else here because I've already glued it on. But I just took dimensionals. I just took dimensionals and put them on the edges of my tag and then laid this out. And then, well, I didn't lay it out because that'd be too complicated. And then I stuck it like one at a time onto those dimensionals. So that's what I did with this one. But you can do what I'm doing if you want to, because this is actually a little complicated. Okay, I'm going to use this right now before I lose it.
Do you want to run these through at the same time?
I can't until they're stamped. You've got yours already stamped. Oh, you are good. All right, I will be happy to.
Thank
Well,
you.
you guys are so fast. Wow. I wish
No.
I had mine stamped, and then I could be doing mine too. Yeah, you guys
good.
Yeah, because we'll need that acrylic block to do the stamping that we're going to color. So that has the
This
light.
one.
But she hasn't stamped her lighthouse
Okay.
yet, so.
I love grid paper.
Because I would love to have an extra white one too, Kathy.
Oh, you do? You have an extra white?
No, I would love to have
Oh,
one.
you want one? Okay. I
Yes,
was gonna say,
please.
did I stick one in there? That was smart of me. No.
Oh, because that's the one I messed up, but it wasn't enough
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do one anyway, so yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
to. Okay, now put the glue on here. Turn this back over.
Okay, now you sure you want me to, it's a little easier to color these when they haven't been cut out. You sure you want me to cut these out, the lighthouse and the,
It's okay with me,
Okay.
yeah. Then I know where to scribble to. When we did card classes in Moses Lake, my niece always did the coloring.
oh, she did?
Yeah.
Is that right?
But that lady's now moved to northern Idaho, so we're not gonna have.
You're not a, you just not like to color, or you just like to let her do it?
Like to let her do it because I feel too rushed if I have to color in a class.
Right,
Yes.
I do too.
I love to color, but
And she did such a good job. And we would trade off on what we did. She'd prefer I do the stamping.
Oh, that's nice.
Because
That's nice.
we would just do one set of cards.
Yeah, that is.
we had a system going.
Yes, it was a little too expensive to do. Both of us do cards.
No doubt. No doubt.
The cute part is she would take most of the cards, the birthday cards,
Right?
and her mom would use them.
Okay.
She has a group that she's friends with and they do birthday cards. And one time they ran out and the ladies were not offended, but disappointed there, that's the right word,
Right.
that they didn't get a card made by Kirsten.
I bet they were, because yeah, those would have been nice cards. You know, I've been doing this for so many years that I haven't bought a card in I don't know how long. So until you go look at them, you don't really realize how much nicer our cards are. These are pretty nice. Because I do this when people buy me cards, they buy really nice ones.
Yes.
And I look at them, I think, I'd never spend that for a card. I can't believe you spent that much for this card. It is very nice. Oh my goodness. Don't ever spend that much for a card.
That's what I gave to staff wives last year for Christmas.
That's
Were a
nice.
variety of cards.
That is really nice. I've done that a few times, and people really, I feel like, oh, I'm not giving you much, but
That's exactly.
it is actually. They do really appreciate it. It's just the sort of thing I can't really do every year. They might get a little tired of it if I did it every year.
Okay. So for this one, we're just doing.
All right, so here you go, Andy. Let me go grab. I'll do this
Oh,
one
thank
for
you.
you.
Oh, thank you.
watching Erica Serwin's video a few days ago, and I was happy to hear her tell people to just leave the cutter machine subject alone. We're done. I'm so done with that. I don't want to hear about it anymore. We're not gonna. Yes, you know, it was pretty funny.
I think I remember her saying that too. It is what it is. We're over it. Next.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Had one lady who watches my videos said I could get blades at Hobby Lobby, but I don't know that she knows what I'm talking about. I don't think you can. I don't think you can just go down to Hobby Lobby and get cutting blades for our cutting board. But
Oh, I heard that and I wondered.
I thought that doesn't sound right.
doesn't sound right to me either. I don't think we can. But I was just down at Hobby Lobby. I should have looked while I was there. I went to Hobby Lobby last night, and I'm so proud of myself. I think it's the first time I've ever gone to Hobby Lobby and left without buying anything. When I walked out of the store, I was like, yes, it can be done. It can be done.
That is something to celebrate.
Yes, for me, it really was. Okay, so here are all of your dies back. Thank you so much. And there's a couple tags for you.
Thank you.
Did you need a tag, an extra tag?
I don't think so. Thank you.
Okay, well, if you do, I have one, and here's your anchor.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Okay. For me, it's hard to tell which stitched side is the... I can't really tell, so I guess if I can't tell, it must be good. Must not matter. Now the coloring part. You guys ready for the coloring part? Okay, so Andy has got her pencils. It looks like she's gonna try that. So I got the new ones too. So the black ones are all the Stampin' Up pencils. You know, the ones that are black with the. And I do.
Are these Stampin' Up?
Because I have such old ones, they don't have what the color is.
These do not either. They don't, I mean, the name's not on. What? Oh, no, it is. It says Say Old Olive. They do have names on them. Old Olive.
Mine are.
I wonder if the old, might be the new. Let's look and see if we've got names. Nope, Flirty Flamingo. Yes, it has names on it.
Because I don't think mine do. I think mine are.
I didn't think they did either, but they do. You might want to look again just to be sure.
Are they watercolor? Just a different
Now
brand,
these
but they're watercolor?
are, those, yes, they are. Yeah, because those are ones that I bought. I don't even remember. They were pretty expensive, actually. I like Stampin' Up's pencils because they're much less expensive, and the colors actually match.
Because I found a whole pack of paper. I don't even know if I've opened it. And I think it's certainly celery.
Oh, certainly celery. That's a good color. Yeah.
And then I brought two to ask you if you could tell me what colors they
Oh, okay. We'll see. We'll find. I'm sure I've got a stash in there that'll match. Because that's what I do. I look, okay, let's drag it along. Because some of the new colors, I'll think, this looks exactly like a color we had about 3 years ago. Oh, the Purple Posy. I was going to tell you. Purple Posy, if you have Orchid Opulence.
I heard you say that.
Yes. It
Really?
looks to me like a pretty close match.
I was going to try to compare it to pale plum.
Oh, and I don't have pale plum, so yeah, I'll
It's
bet
really
it's
old.
really close too.
I
yeah.
haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I don't think I have pale plum, but I could look in there and see. I have given away a lot of my old stamp because I finally thought, okay, look, you are never going to use these. And my daughter-in-law and my daughter are both enjoying stamping, so I did get rid of a lot of my old stuff by giving them perfectly good ink pads.
How?
Those ink pads last forever. It's like, well, they go forever and
Because I
ever.
have the old olive, and I've had it.
I know. I have
This is
too.
2019.
Even without a refill?
Oh yeah, even without any.
But I
I've
did
never
buy a
re-inked.
refill, and it works much better now.
Yeah, it's true. I have re-inked a couple of times on some of them too, but you don't always have to.
So that's what I'm doing now. When I buy the ink pad, I buy the refill at the same time.
Yeah, and I do too. Kara said to do that, and the refill is
see
only 3 something, so, or at least it was. So I figured, yeah, she's right. If especially, well, I don't do it if it's a color I'm not thrilled with. You know, some of them I buy that I'm not. It's not a color I'm probably going to use a lot.
I was just laughing at all this stuff I'm finding, and it's like, because then I had this paper. Now, of course, I can never remember the name of it. I was trying to figure out what colors match it.
Right. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and then that anchor. Where did that anchor go? It's probably here. No, did we put the stamp away? Oh no, it's right here in front of me. Sorry. I knew you had it out here somewhere.
Okay, so you kind of used bluish.
Oh, but I needed to get this one back out because I was going to redo the one I did.
Oh yes. And then you need that night of
Yes,
Navy,
so I was
too.
just saying, oh, crap. And I didn't even wait because we were all done with it.
Okay.
Maybe. That one.
All right. We'll cut these out.
Black, okay.
Okay, let's see if I can get this better this time.
So Diana, do you really like working in a church? Does that work out well?
It does. In October, it will be 20 years.
Wow. Are you a member of that church? Oh, that makes a big difference.
Yes, it
We had as a policy for years and years that no one who worked in our office, none of our secretarial staff were members. And when we first came to that church, I thought, well, that's odd. But as we've been there over the years, I thought, there's a lot of wisdom to that.
There really is. Because I said, I kind of know too much about some of the people.
Well, not only that, it's just that it is. There's a lot. We are all human, and I don't care whether you're a religious person or a clergy or what. You're still human.
Yep.
It's kind of nice to not have that other element that, oh, well, I can't say anything because
So you don't belong to the
you
church.
don't go to
That
church
church, no.
together. You might be able to actually be.
Well, and when people see you, they automatically put you to work.
Oh, they
So on
do.
Sundays, you can't
Oh, I never
you
thought
can't
of
just
that.
go and worship.
Oh, I never thought
or do
Yeah,
your
you're
ministry. It's
I
yeah.
can see that could happen.
I never would have thought of that, but yeah, you are so right.
And I was already happily ensconced in a church when I started working there. So
Right. Yeah, I had a friend who was a secretary at a church for a long time. She really loved it, but she did not attend that church either. I always thought it was a really good job. A job I would have really liked. Generally, the people you work for are pretty nice.
yes.
pretty assured that they're going to be pretty nice to you.
The odds are a lot better than in a secular position, at least.
Yeah.
Not always, as we all know.
Okay. All right, so the By the Bay, and then I used did I use the birds in the,
Yes, and they're right in front of me.
oh, okay. Were they the birds in the high tide or the birds in?
Oh, I thought it was the birds. These birds.
It is. Okay,
Yes.
I wasn't sure. I
We
wasn't
used
sure
a
either.
acrylic
But
pad
yeah.
for something, a block for something else. So
Okay.
the birds are in front of me for when
All
we're
right.
ready.
Very good. All right. Well, this.
So you really have to do the house first. Huh?
You
Don't
do. You're gonna have to do the house, and then because you're gonna let's look at this. Oh, because you need the so you're gonna do the house. You're gonna have most of the waterfront stone on that house off of your card. It looks like you don't because I wanted water going out.
I like how you did the water going out.
Okay. As obviously you can do it however you choose to, but I wanted it to look like that house was set away from the water, but like there was water all around it, and I didn't know that this was going to give that to me. So I must have used the water from high tide. I used that water to extend this water on here on this card.
Okay, that's how you did it.
Yeah, I just used that, and then
Because I think I was looking because I don't have high tide.
and then I also, what I did, looking at my card, is I took my white, after I colored it with blue, I took a white gel pen and dotted to get some white foam
I wondered what
on
you
there.
used.
So
That's what did it.
I'll have to get that gel pen out.
Gel pen is in a different place than my other pens. We just got this new cabinet put together, so I'm still organizing everything, and so I can hardly wait.
Yeah. Oh, you are. You've got a new space. You're organizing.
I'll have to show you. Yes.
Is this a stitched piece? No, it's just cut. Okay, good. Then I don't have to worry about which side is
Oops,
what.
who did I get a text from?
I hope that rubber cement's not. It's kind of odorous. If you start feeling nauseous,
That's
make
what
sure
I
you
love
tell
about
me. Tell me.
Not
and
nauseous, but feeling really good. We used to make jokes about it.
Yeah,
at
Jeff will
school.
come in and say, "Oh, you're sniffing the glue again, huh?"
Yeah. I'm so happy coloring and pasting.
My brother's trying out a chair at the mall.
That's good. That is the best way to buy furniture, though, is to actually try it out.
That
Before
somebody
you
sent me a
buy.
text.
I don't know how many chairs we've had that after we've sat in it for a few nights, I thought, I don't think this is very comfortable.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I want.
I am. Was gonna do something.
So, here's my new cabinet.
I love that. Oh, that is neat. Oh man, I'm jealous. So does this fold up?
Yes.
Oh.
So it will all
Oh.
fold up.
So is this one piece that you bought? Where did you get it?
It's the original scrap box. So it's
The original scrap box. Oh, they all are.
But-
I've looked at other, like there's a Martha Stewart thing too.
Oh,
well, I'll bet that
all
would,
that stuff is so expensive.
but
we don't live in
beautiful.
their world.
Oh no! Look at
I have wanted one of these for years and years and years, and I finally decided
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it because we had in the craft room we just had mismatched,
Right.
every-
That's the way mine is, because mine is strictly Goodwill finds.
That's
Uh-huh.
or it was left over from this room
Right.
when we moved,
Yep.
and so I
Nice.
decided.
Oh, you'll love that. That is so nice. Very nice.
Can you
So-
believe that, Shores?
No, I go in there and it's like,
Yeah, I bet.
You're a
That's
princess.
yes,
Neat.
and
I like
just
that
getting
feeling.
stuff organized and so that everything's in the same spot.
Yeah, that is
It's
so
just,
neat. Really
but that's
nice.
when you discover how much stuff you really have.
Yeah.
But I save like Christmas card envelopes that have the gold and the silver.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I save those.
That's smart.
And on one of the crosses I did, that was the silver that I used for it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's a great idea.
And I just,
Oh,
I save
yeah.
napkins, I save.
I didn't think
And
of that.
napkin. My daughter-in-law saves napkins, and she does all kinds of stuff with it. Oh, look
This
at that! Oh, that's gorgeous!
All
Oh
one
my goodness!
napkin. And some of them I haven't figured out
Oh.
what I'm going to do yet.
See, my daughter-in-law has done this, and how in the world do you do that?
How do you do
Um,
that? Is this a napkin?
Yes,
That
you crunch it up.
Gorgeous.
And then you very carefully lay it out, and then you iron it on like wax paper. And because you're ironing it, the wax paper
Adheres to gives it a
adheres
little.
to it.
Oh, it
Because you're, of course, you're being very careful.
Oh my goodness!
And I had done this years ago, but I had never made the card up.
Oh wow, those are so
And
cool.
this one I think
I
is my
love
favorite
that.
one. Because there was just one.
Look at that.
And I think this is Tempting Turquoise.
Oh, I love
And
tempting
highlight.
turkey.
Oh, that is
Heather?
neat.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, those are gorgeous.
I've never seen those.
I
So
have
I
never
just-
seen that. That is so neat.
So I just have all these totes saved with all these funny things, you know, that I just have so much fun.
What does your daughter
That
say?
is so
Use
cool.
with a napkin. She says.
So she does, yeah. So she said she does that too. She does Bible journaling. So so what she does is has a journal and then writes down a special verse that she likes, and then she decorates the page.
Oh.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh my!
Look at
I
that.
love those rhinestones on
Oh,
there.
look at that. That is
So
so pretty. It's got a
That's
Use
a
texture.
white
several
napkin,
different.
right?
That's from February's Paper Pumpkin.
Oh, it is. Oh, neat.
And so on the inside,
Oh, how
I just put
cool.
another
I
U
love
in there.
that. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is such a
You
great
should
idea.
Teach a class.
You should.
My friends tell me that, but
You
I
should.
not.
I will be happy to come over and do it with you if you ever want to do anything like that. My offer still stands. I've been trying to get her to do a class with people for I don't know, a few
Oh,
years
that
because
would be
Diana found me
perfect,
online,
Diana.
right?
Yes, because I wanted to start ordering. So then, this one
Oh, look at
was
that!
a plastic grocery bag.
Oh, look at
Shopping
that!
bag.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that is so cool.
And you did that with wax paper under it too?
No, that doesn't have anything under it.
You just glued it on the on
Well,
the edges.
just the edges, yeah, onto the
Okay,
black.
and this is just. So how did you get this leaf on there?
That's
it was
what the
on it?
bag was on.
Oh, that is so cool.
And
That is so cool.
In my process of sorting, I'm like, why did I save this? Oh, I know why I saved this bag.
Yeah.
And so there was a little injury there, so I put that over it.
Oh, okay.
And there's one right there, so I got to figure out what to do about that one.
Oh, I didn't even
But
notice it.
I know.
I
I'm the
don't
only
even
one.
notice it.
But it was just so fun.
You
Oh,
do
that
need
is
to do
so
classes
cool.
up there.
That is so cool. Can I borrow that stamp
Yes,
so I
I
can?
just got it on there.
Okay. Oh, okay. I need to get this stamped.
Yes,
I want
because
to.
that will take me a while. I don't know where I put my paper. But
Okay.
just save that off.
All right. So you're just gonna stamp
Okay, Diane.
on the
there.
top here, and you don't want to go all the way necessarily over because your lighthouse is going to be right there.
Oh, okay. That's a good point.
Okay, so that's how I got mine on there, just so that you can see. kind of how that image
Okay,
looks.
So you did it down and with
Yeah.
the space.
So the
And then-
roof looks kind of like it's going down.
Right. It does. And you can adjust this however you want to. You could even tip it a bit if you want. But you're going to see what the orientation is. I would stick with the actual stamp's orientation. And then you'll use your high tide, this high tide water.
Oh, I know why they sent me this picture. Because I just told them on the way here that my recliner is no longer working. And at night, I move from my bed to my recliner and back and
Oh,
forth.
you are?
I'll
Uh-oh.
bet that's why. I thought they were just sending me a picture.
Right. Oh, that's
Is it
funny.
a lift chair?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm. It's just a regular recliner, but it does have the electrical, so you don't have to do your arm crank to do that. My arms aren't strong enough for that.
I think I'm going to use the Night of Navy for the white water. I'm not sure that I did with this card, but I'm going to with this one. And then you can see if I don't, since it's a clear stamp, if I don't like how that turned out, then I can do it with black over it.
They don't usually just send me pictures like that.
That is so
I
funny.
know why they sent it.
That's funny. Okay. And and I actually think I'm going to use the side of the water that's thinner rather than thicker. Okay. All right, and then the birds are in front of Diana. If you hadn't said that, I would not have remembered it. You're smart.
Well, I know me and my short-term memory these days.
So the house is knighted?
So
navy
that's
too?
no, that's black. That's this black memento.
Okay.
And
Knighted navy is nothing now anymore, right?
I actually, so this is how it looks with Night of Navy as the water. I think I prefer that.
Okay. Okay, so that's the water. This is the house.
I actually think my birds are, I think they're the other birds.
Oh,
I think they are. I'm gonna, because these look a little bit big. I think they are just these, these top ones. No, that doesn't look quite right either. Are those my only birds though? It has to be one of these because I don't have any other ones. So let me see. I think I might have, yeah, I bet it's these down here because they're kind of, there's 3 of them. So it's these bottom 3. These are the birds I used.
oh.
But I don't think it's going to matter. They look about the same size. These just are a little bit further away. So I'm sorry about that. But if you want to restamp, did you already stamp your bed? Okay.
Not
So
yet.
you have either choice. You can use these or the other ones. But this is, I used the bottom 3, the farthest away on it. So I just inked up the. I just inked it that side up, you know,
So light
just ink those. Oh, so that it doesn't.
down to still got that piece on.
That still doesn't look quite right, but I think it is. Okay. So I think those are the birds that I used, or from the High Tide. Okay, the sky actually is going to be important here. So you can, if you want to sponge, we can sponge. You can use a pencil if you want to use a pencil. I used a Copic pen, I'm sure. Because that's almost always what I use for a sky. So I have this really light Copic pen.
So I have a question. Kathy, pretend you're entering one of these contests of Erica or something.
Yeah.
I've never done it, but
Yeah.
and you use Stampin' Up! Products only. Do they really mean for the
Oh.
colors too?
Yeah.
Oh,
It has to all be Stampin' Up. Yeah, I
I don't
unless
think I'll ever do it.
unless Stampin' Up does not make it. So Stampin' Up has let's think about this. Their pool parties too. Let me look at their blending pens because I have there is a pretty good combination now and it's pretty recent.
Oh, are you?
For Stampin' Up! For a sky. Because I don't always want to take the time to sponge. Sponging actually looks better, I think, if you take a sponge and just use a...
Oh, that's the Night and Neighbor, I think, maybe.
and oh wait, now let me
No.
think about this. I better look at my instructions. 'Cause
That's probably the Night and
Yeah,
Neighbor.
it is. That one is.
So I better
she
do
did
my
that.
water in Night
I was
and
gonna
Neighbor
say, yeah,
too.
you want this for the
Thank
water.
you.
Okay, yeah, because light pool party is still way too dark for a sky, so and that's too green, and
What's-
soft sea foam is too green.
What's
So
balmy blue?
balmy blue is balmy. So we're not using that for the sky. I don't think either. Let me look at it really quick. But I think I might have. I need to look at my. Yeah, it's ridiculously
Yes.
dark. I think I might have actually.
Maybe
sponged.
use the stamp pad.
Let me look and see what I did here. A lot of times I don't even give coloring instructions because it's like if they don't have the materials, they can't do it
Exactly.
anyway. So, and I don't, want to necessarily recommend people to be buying a bunch of stuff they might never use again.
Because I have done that.
Oh, I
I've
know.
done a class and I loved
Yes.
using it, and I bought the thing,
Right.
I got it home, and I had no clue what to do with it.
Or it's just not your thing. You're not, because I've gotten some stuff that is really nice. I loved it at the moment, like you said, for that card. But then when I got home, I thought, this isn't my style. I don't use this product ever. So, lightly color the water and the lighthouse with balmy blue. And the color lifter. Okay, so I did use the color lifter with those to, and lightly is just as said. Okay, so when you use your balmy blue on the water and the lighthouse, don't color all of the white house or the water. Leave some of it white, just little streaks of white. And then when you go in with your then you're going to take this color lifter and you're going to kind of try to blend that. Okay, so I'll do that in a minute and you can see what I'm talking about. And then I'm still
Here's
looking for the
maybe if you
sky
want,
here.
maybe. With the water.
Color the boat with petal pink. Oh, I don't even, did I get petal pink out? Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, and these are all going to be the light petal pink. Color the boat with petal pink. Okay, I did not tell anybody how to do the sky. So I'm going to get out my old, I've got one called Soft Sky. Do you remember Soft Sky?
Yeah, I remember that.
Loved Soft Sky. I was so sorry when that left. That's funny.
That's perfect. Oh, sorry. I'm with new people and I talk to myself. and
Oh,
I
that's
didn't warn
okay.
you.
Because I figure if you were talking to me, you'd talk louder.
Okay, so
Could I look at the card for just a minute,
Oh,
please?
that's, yes.
All right, so this is Soft Sky, and I suspect you're gonna like using that for your sky
Oh, I
best.
like that.
It's gonna be actually easier to manage. When you sponge, they always say start off the page and work on.
Oh,
Always start off and go on, because otherwise, see that big dot I got because I did it first there.
okay.
You
But
won't
that
get
could be a
that if you
cloud.
work on. Yeah, and I'll fix it by working it in. But you won't have that issue if you always start off the card. Now, when you get down, you're gonna want it lighter down here anyway. Okay, so this is a little tedious. This is why I don't do this. I'm going to use the so one of these. So Copic has zeros to indicate the strength of the hue. So the 0000 is probably going to be the lightest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's the color I used.
Wow.
You're going to get some streaks. You kind of have to move a little quickly, but it goes faster. That's sponging, like seriously faster.
I just knocked something.
Oh, that's okay. It'll be fine. That's no problem. The problem is that when you're using a pen, it doesn't really matter how good you are going to get some streaks. But a sky has streaks, so I don't object. So Diana used sponging here, and then I used my pen. But I'm going to use that sponge to go in and kind of smooth it out. So this is what I used, was the 0000 if you want to use that. These are just darker. They're the same color. They're just darker.
And the water's different in the sky.
Yeah, so balmy blue is what I used for the
Water.
water, the light balmy blue.
And I have a corner on them.
Oh, did you bring your own?
No. These were yours. I just what's this? This is Sea Spray. This is the one. Okay, so this is Sea Spray. So I think this is the one that when I got
That might
this,
work.
I thought, I can.
Oh,
no, look how
gosh.
dark that is.
But
That's
look
not
at
it
the
either.
cap. It looks really light.
I know. Let me find another. I don't want to. Oh, here we go. That I can actually see a little better on. No, it's so dark. So which is good. I'm not complaining about that. It's just that's why I use Copic pens, is when you need something light. That's what I use. But anyway, here's another dauber if you are gonna, and she's got the Soft Sky if you want to use that.
Sorry.
Is that what you want?
No,
right
I'm not
now?
ready for that yet. I was trying to get that color lifter. I've never used it before. I just got one.
The what?
Color lifter.
Oh, the
So
color
you
lifter.
take the-
Here it is.
Oh,
Yes.
and you just went lightly over.
Right. Yeah, and you'll see it does it really can lift color up. And because it's wet, it's going to look like it's not. So just do some, clean the nib on the paper, and then let it dry and see what you get. And then, because I have, when I first started using it, I sometimes overdid it because I couldn't tell it was doing anything. And that's because it was wet. And then after it dried, I thought, actually got more of that color off than I wanted. I have to color it again now. So that's the only thing about that color lifter. Excuse me, I got like an allergy cough coming on here.
Mine is looking green. Why is it looking green? It's not green. It must be me.
Okay.
Kathy, does mine look green? Yours looks blue.
That looks good. Okay, so what I did, see, I only sponged on the top.
Oh, shoot.
And no, you're fine. It looks fine to me. I finished, sorry, Diana.
That's
I finished with this. So, if you do not, if that's too green for you, make sure this isn't gonna just do the top here so you can see what it looks like.
Oh, cool.
Okay. You can do that. Or, if that's going to be too dark, because you've got the green on there already, you could use, maybe one of your
Oh, and I've got some over here.
blue. I might want to test it here and see what that's going to look like.
Maybe my Dauber's green.
So you can just see what it's going to look like.
Okay.
If you want to try to get it, but I actually think that looks pretty cool. But if you want to try to get it more blue, I think I would stick with the pencils, because I think if you can try this is the lightest one, but I'm afraid it's not gonna blue it up enough for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually this wedge edge is kind of easy to use too on there if you want straight lines. So that can work. Okay. But yeah, your sky is it should have some variations. It's a stormy sky. All right, so this is the light balmy blue. I'm just gonna go over the water with that. But I'm leaving some white, and then I've got to go get those gel pens. And then what else was balmy blue? The lighthouse? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I'm gonna just color the balmy blue kind of like this, where the dark stuff is.
Perfect.
Okay, and then use that color lifter to sort of blend it in. And you wouldn't even have to use color lifter. You could probably use because don't they have a new gray that they came out with? Thought that Stampin' Up! Had a new, when I saw the new gray, I thought, oh good, this gray, let me go get it. I think this gray might take the place of my color lifter. Because see, now when I did my color lifter just now, see there's still color on it. You want to get that off. Because if you just keep wiping, it should come off. And it pretty much is. Otherwise, it'll just not quite do its job next time around. But it might be because my Memento might have permanently got on it some, because we stamped with Memento. I have another color lifter, so if it mattered, I would use the other one, but this will work good for our purposes. Light gray granite might be the new gray. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it is light. It's not one that would work for this lighthouse. Still too dark, but it is lighter than the other gray. I think for anything that has a sort of a gray one, yeah, Diana's got it. So that one's a good one to use, like she is, just for blending really any of the colors that we're gonna be working with. It'll blend the stuff in good.
So you did the windows and the doors and some of the rocks.
Okay, so yeah, so I just took with that pen you've got probably, with the windows, and then just kind of, and and with the door, I'm sure I did. And I used petal pink on the building and here and on the boat. The light petal pink. It's probably that one. And then I just used more of light petal pink for the darker regions.
Oh.
So petal pink, light petal pink's probably. Oh, I better
For the
put it over
house?
here. So light petal pink is what I used for the house, the rocks, the boat, and then wherever I wanted it darker, I just kept using that light petal pink, more of it. And to get they have lines for their shadows, and I just follow that pattern. So if I want it darker where their shadows are, I just go over their lines with your several times. I just keep going with lines, line, just to make those spots darker.
But it's the whole house is actually covered. There's not any white.
Right. So I would take, if I can borrow it just really quick. So I would just color quickly to get it all colored, and then for those darker spots, that's not doing it. So I use the darker petal pink. That's not doing it. So the little tiny nib of petal pink. Yeah, that's working better to use the nib. But yeah, feel free to use any colors. I've got my Copics are over there now too. And I'm going to just let you guys, I'm going to color mine. I'm going to let you, if you have any questions, let me know. But coloring is one of those things that just experiment with your colors, because, any combination is as good as mine.
That tickles me that the house looks so cool like that, and the color's petal pink.
I'd have never picked
I know.
it.
I love it.
I would have never picked it. I'd have looked at hers and never picked it.
That petal pink.
Yes, I said the house is just.
One day I just thought, well, let's try petal pink. Let's see. And I thought, you know what? That actually doesn't look pink.
No.
It's pretty good. So then that's the way these colors are. All of the blending pens is if you blend and if you put a blending pen color like on a flower or something and you don't like it, just pick out another blending pen and go over it, because chances are you are going to like that color better. They do kind of blend together and change somewhat, but they also can mask, one. So yeah, just experimenting is the best color instructor, I think. Let's see, what was I getting in here? I was getting something. I came in here to get something. I wonder what it was. Oh well. It couldn't have been something I really needed, so I'll have chocolate instead.
I like that thinking.
Oh.
A lot.
Uh-oh, is your time running out, Diana?
He said he was in the area. And I said, not ready yet. But that's the Fred Meyer they always go to for something about
good.
her ring.
Oh, good.
And so they're like, okay, this is super cool.
It is.
It's
It is really handy. When they get that bridge across the bypass here on Dupertail, that goes right up to Walmart, Target, Krispy Kreme, Home Depot, everything anyone could ever want. Panera, oh my goodness, we love that Panera.
I was going to say,
I've never eaten there. Is it good?
It's delicious. It's because you go in and stand at a counter and order, they do bring it to your table, but you stand at the counter. For that kind of restaurant, it's a little pricey, but the food is good. And you can get it all a la carte, so you can be as cheap as you want. I haven't had anything there that I didn't like. And the other really nice thing is they do have the calorie counts.
Oh, they do?
They do.
sometimes that's not good.
Oh, I know. And if you don't want to know, it isn't good. But on the other
I
hand,
see that part. Just a second.
the nice thing about that is that when you're looking at it, you can think, oh, well, actually, I don't even really want a salad. I don't need that salad's 600 calories. I can have half of this delicious sandwich that I would much prefer, and that's
350 calories, you know. So actually their calories that's worked out well for me, because then I think, well, I would much rather have half of a delicious sandwich than just a salad like I would have at home, you know. So, yeah.
Okay.
Right beneath this is gray. Gray, so this part is...
Oh, I know what I went in there for. That white gel pen. Because we will want that. And so I bought at Amazon, and I'm telling you this to warn you. I bought this package of gel pens. It was probably $30. Every gel pen color you could ever want ever in your whole lifetime. Plus all these refills. But some of them are a little dried out. So, since there's so many of them, I didn't really even care. But the most important ones, the white was the one that was the most. And it seems to be, I've bought probably 4 different brands of white gel pen, and they all tend to be dried out.
Yeah,
So,
see what kind
That's interesting.
yeah, I'm not sure what it is about the white gel pen, but it must be,
That's gray.
I don't know, just something about it that.
I don't know what brand we use.
And it's a good one. Well, when
I
you
think so.
get to it, can you email me the brand? Because I would love to have. What I have to do with this one to get it to work is kind of just dot it, and I got so tired of it not working that I went and got my Bic white out. And it actually works really good. So as far as a gel pen goes, a lot of times I use this instead. Because it works just the same.
No, I'm not ready to get a chair yet. $150 in that night.
I know, those are, yeah, Costco had
That-
really nice chair.
That's where they're at.
And that's how much they were. And so, and they are really nice. Jeff said, don't get, because these, I got these 2 chairs. I actually got 4 of them because our kids were home then. These are outdoor furniture chairs because I wanted cushions that I could replace because our kids were slobs and could not, for the life of them, not spill food on it, okay? So we bought those. I thought to myself, I don't really care if they're uncomfortable because we don't need to be sitting in here for hours and hours watching TV anyway. So I don't even care about that. And my back was really bad in those years, and I needed a straight back chair. So it was actually good for my back. Everyone else would complain because it was slightly uncomfortable. But and it's so durable. It'll never go away. I replaced the cushion, I think, 1 time. And it's a lot cheaper to replace just the cushion. And then I could
That's
get
good
any color I
thinking.
wanted.
Because
They
actually
could
that
spill
price is
all
a whole-
over it, you know.
That price is a whole lot less than what I paid for the chair I have now, but I've had it for, Kirsten was just little. So I've had it for probably 10 years
Wow.
at least,
That's nice.
and never had any issue
That
with
is
it.
nice. My issue is just that people spill food on it. That's the only problem. Like you can't sit in that. No, so we have a small group, and when we got our sectional, I didn't realize that the bottom cushion does not flip. They're attached. I never thought in the store.
Yeah.
It was Macy's. I never thought in Macy's that I had to check on something as basic as that. So I didn't lift the cushion to make sure it flipped. I just assumed that it did. They delivered it. I got it and realized, what? This cushion doesn't flip? That means no one's eating on this. I told Jeff, no one is eating because it's not even a print. There's no way
Yeah,
to
it's not
disguise. It's
disguising.
anything. It's beautiful as
It
long
is
as no one
beautiful.
eats on it ever. So one day, so that was a rule. Nobody can eat. When our small group came over for
for a long time. I put out blankets all over it to try to protect it. And then I just thought, you know what? No, I'm just going to tell them you can't. The only place you can have your coffee is when you're sitting in one of these chairs. Those are the coffee chairs. So we did that for about a year. The last year we had our small group here, a lady came, had her coffee, and she set the coffee cup on it, like right beside her on it.
Did you
and
gasp? out loud?
inside, I was sitting there, and my eyes went, and I was thinking, don't move, please don't move. If you bump it, that is going to ruin my sectional, totally ruin it. And then after time had passed, so it wasn't obvious and immediate, and it didn't spill, and I'm just thinking it's just a matter of time, and it's going to go. And then I got up, and she finished her cup. But of course, there's always this tiny bit left that would still ruin my sofa. So once she'd finished it, and I felt enough time had passed, I got up and I said, "Oh, here, let me take that to the kitchen for you," and removed it. But I thought, that's it. That's it. Someone else volunteered, someone else in our group who knows what a anal, retentive person I am. She graciously volunteered her house for the next year. I was so grateful. And now I'm like, no, I don't care who you are. You're on that. Get off. If you're drinking anything, get off. I'm not even trying to be polite anymore. I'm not even trying to be polite. Jeff came in, and we'd had it like 2 years, and he came in with his popcorn. He sits down very comfortably and happily there. I looked over and said, you're eating your popcorn there? I'm thinking, this has been 2 years, 3 years we've had this rule, and he, leaves, moves to the other chair, but I felt terrible. But no, you're not eating over there.
And it's so beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Well, it's horrible having furniture that I can't let anyone live on. You can't even do life around that stupid thing. My grandkids come over, and of course they always have stuff on their hands. And I'm looking at that sectional thinking, don't touch the sectional. But now we've had it long enough. Now I'm feeling like, go ahead, ruin it. Because then I can get one that's leather, and then we won't have this issue anymore.
That is hysterical.
Go ahead, you can ruin it. But I'm really not. It still looks really good.
It looks
comfortable. I can sleep on it really well. So, yeah. So that's not really working either. I'm trying to get some. Oh, there it is. It's coming out now. So it's nib. You kind of push on it, and and that's I think how I got my foam on there. If you want any foam in your seat.
do.
I think that probably will work better.
I never thought to use this. I have one.
Oh, I'm sure you do. There's all kinds of stuff that you have laying around. I do have other gel pens that are light enough. They will work. That light one's just not doing it. But yeah, there's a website for, what is it? It's at Northwood Stamps, or it's a stamp company where the guy does a whole bunch. They're all super fancy landscape stamps that they sell, and he does gel pens on top of, so he colors it like we're doing, and then he uses gel pens for highlights. And if you find that site, it's pretty incredible what he does. It looks great. So, but the problem is you got to have pens that aren't dried up, and these all seem to. I haven't used them now in a while, so they don't really. I think your Bic is gonna. I think that's gonna work best if you want that.
See, because the lady that we used to do classes with in most of the stuff was an artist.
Oh, so she would have had all kinds of really
she
great
would
tips.
Keep.
So what did she use?
That's what I'm trying to remember what it is.
Okay.
'Cause Kirsten loved them, so every time we went, she'd buy a new pen.
Like a white gel pen?
Well, and I have some, because I have the clear sparkly one, and then I have some white ones. So I'll have to go look. It's right in
Okay,
the drawer.
yeah.
I know right where it is.
Cause see, I'm not. It's I haven't used it in a while. There's lots in there, but I'm not seeing anything here. So I don't think this is gonna work for us. But yeah, you could go home and use yours. Sounds like you probably have one that will work better.
Kathy, what would you, I brought mine up too high. What would you make these? Are these rocks? Probably.
Yeah, I actually, I think though it looks like water and
This
rock.
part?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's what I would turn it into.
Okay.
This kind of stamp said you can just kind of turn it into whatever you want. Like mine, it looks like they've got a path of some kind there, but I'm just keeping it basic. Going up to the house, I think they have like a path or something, but I'm just, yeah, not trying to get too elaborate with it. Keep it simple. Okay. And this is light granny green, and it's pretty dark. So I think I would use might get that sea foam, soft sea foam out, but it really, any, you know, let me grab some other. That's going to be too dark if we do all of it with. My instructions were basically for Stampin' Up! Products, and fortunately in class we have other options. So let us get a light green. Okay, so I'm using these Copic pens for the green too, because they are paler in color. And this one's pretty light also, Diana. And then, oh, I didn't get out ivory, but that one also is a color that's, this is a Stampin' Up! Color. Ivory, I thought would be brown. Ivory, which would be cream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ivory is actually brown. It's a very light tan brown. But it's a good color to have on hand for any kind of a brownish hue. And actually, you could if you use that for your boat, that'll look pretty good too, this ivory. It's a little darker. Okay.
Well, that's kind of a nice color.
Isn't it? I like that ivory a lot. Yeah, I didn't buy it for a long time because I thought it was going to be a cream color. I didn't need that. And it goes, if you've got bronze, which is brown, it's a nice brown, then that ivory with bronze can give you a really good just lighter brown color. Because the one thing, so light crumb cake is really good too, but the one problem I found, I prefer bronze over soft suede because soft suede has this greenish tinge to it a lot of the time. And it sort of might depend on what, other colors you might be using, but I found that sometimes after I've colored with soft suede, there's this kind of peculiar green tinge to it. All right, this is light smoky slate. Let's try this one. That other one was too dark. That's pretty dark. Yeah, I think I just prefer using this over the color lifter. This is pretty good. This is W00. So that's warm. I think W is for warm. Yeah, warm gray it says. And I think that way you don't have to worry about ruining your color lifter. Your color lifter really is good for trying to fix flubs if you go out of the lines. I think that's probably what they made it for. It works pretty good that way. I've used it many, many times to try to fix. And I do really like this Soft Sea spray. This is a nice blue. I might have even used it originally if we'd had it when I made this card. But that's what this Soft Sea, I used it for this water, and it looks pretty good. All right, so I'm sure Michelle left us a long time ago, but Michelle, I'm finally finishing your card. It took me a while, but I'm finally getting done now. Oh, I forgot. I did do the boat. I put some blue around the, whatever blue for your sky. I put that, whatever you used, I put that around the edges to try to make it blend into your background. So Diana, what else are you going to do today on your day off?
I think we're going to go straight back to Moses Lake when I'm done.
Is there a good place to eat out in Moses Lake?
We have several places, but of course when we go out of town, we like to go to Olive Garden or something like that, because we don't have that in Moses Lake.
I wondered because
there's Michael's on the Lake.
Michael's on the Lake. Oh, okay. That sounds nice.
And for a less expensive version of that, there's Michael's Bistro.
Oh, and is it the same place?
Company,
okay.
yeah.
Where's the Michael's Bistro?
Well, they're both on Broadway.
Okay.
Which is a main.
Okay, that's good to know. Jeff and I sometimes go to the game, the football game, the kids' football game. It's kind of nice to know where we can stop and eat, because last time we went there, I didn't really see anything that I thought.
There's a lot of your usual fast food places.
Yeah.
We even have a Wendy's now.
All right. All right. That's good.
But I usually do, I'm a Taco Bell.
Oh, I love
Drive-through.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell. When we first got married, we lived within walking distance of a Taco Bell. And in those days, I could get on Wednesdays, I think it was Tuesdays or Wednesdays, three tacos for $1. Oh, the 3 crunchy tacos for $1. Oh man.
That's a neat memory.
Yeah. That was good. Okay, so when I did my lighthouse, I doubled up the dimensionals on the bottom because that's going to go on this part. Because this is a dimensional, you know, you've stuck this on with dimensionals. So 1 dimensional for the top for here, but 2 for the bottom.
Oh.
So that it'll lay on there nicely.
I've never done that or known that.
Okay. Oops, it helps to take the sticky backing off. They don't stick as well if you don't do that. And the same thing for the little boat. If you have a dimensional, like for me, I'm actually probably going to not put a dimensional on the top of the boat. It's so small, it's going to stay on good, but I'll put 2 on the bottom so where it's going to be off the raised part. Cute. Yeah, I really like that lighthouse. It's good. It's really cute.
And then when I get back home, I will start working in my craft room again.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. Very good.
But I'm getting antsy to start making cards again, not just organizing.
Right. I actually love the organizing part. Isn't
Yes.
that funny?
Some days I'm not going to make a card, I'm going to go organize.
Exactly. Oh, that's cute.
Well,
I like that.
That's from the Swirly.
Oh, Swirly Bird? Is that Swirly Bird?
Yes.
I
was watching one of those videos and she
Yeah.
was talking about it. I'm like, what is she talking about?
That's
Each one of those are apart and you put it together and you get a bow.
Oh, they are?
Really?
Oh, how cute. I do not have Swirly Bird. I have the
It's-
dice. I got the
Yes, 'cause
dice.
that's what I got first, and then I decided, I'll get the stamp set. And it's just all these funny little parts together, like this actually.
See, that's why I think I looked at it and thought, well, I don't know if I'll ever actually use it. That's really cute.
But it's funny because I just looked at this little tiny
Oh,
thing
yeah.
and gone,
That little-
wonder what on earth that's for. And I watched a video and she's talking about making a sailboat from that, and I'm like,
Oh, how cute.
are you serious? That one was Dina Creativity Cave.
Uh-huh.
She
I like
did
it.
this.
Okay.
So
And
did you
then-
put the stripes on the sail?
No, it's a 2-part thing.
Oh, fun.
There's 2 pieces. And I had seen someone do it like a pinwheel candy thing with
Okay.
that. And then the darker line right here, there's a line on it. She goes, I think
there
this is supposed
is?
to be a string for the kite. I'm like,
Really?
what on earth?
Ah.
And then just filled it in, and I learned that you do the boat first,
Okay.
and then your water.
Oh.
And I
okay.
did so many different
Oh,
fun
really?
things.
Okay.
One of them I messed up, so then I did the string several times to be different colors of waves.
Okay. Okay.
I like how you colored your boat. Did you color it with blends?
No, it was just the stamp. The way
Oh,
the
it's
stamp went.
Shadowed, kind of.
Yes.
That's neat, isn't it? Oh, that's adorable.
And it was
It
just the
is so
different
cute.
pieces from that stamp set.
Do you put your cards on Pinterest or
cute.
anything?
No. I
Aw.
take pictures of them and send them to Kathy.
That's good. That's good.
Hmm.
I like that. Okay, so then I'm gonna kind of finish. I'm gonna finish mine up here really quick because I want to get this camera off. It's probably overheating again. It's been on for a long time now, so I'm gonna just run through this really quickly here. So you're gonna take your anchor, which I know I stamped it and thought I did. Maybe I Maybe I didn't stamp it. I thought I did.
I
I can't
saw
do
it.
it. You did? Okay. Then it's here. It's
Maybe
just a
it's over
matter
on
of
my
nah.
side.
It's. I'm probably sitting on it, or you know, it's yeah.
I
This
saw
is just
it
like
earlier.
oh, I probably threw it away.
How many times I've gone through my garbage?
I know. It's like I know. It's here. It is right. I knew it was here. It's like I know it's here. Okay, so you're gonna take your brad and your wheel, and put the wheel under your anchor and stick the brad through, and attach the anchor to the wheel with the brad. Okay, but then that's it. You're not gonna, when you open your brad, you want to make sure your little openings are not showing on the other side. And then you're gonna just stick this onto the card. And the rope is just looped daintily, however you choose to loop it, and stuck. So this is all just stuck on here, okay? And I gave you a lot of rope. Enough rope to hang yourself. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding. I just didn't want to shortchange you. So you're going to want to cut that because it's going to be way too long. But anyway, so and then the label is stuck on with dimensionals too. It's all just stuck on, and then that one's done. Okay, so I am going to take out the camera here and see what's going on. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. If you still aren't sure about how to finish something, there we go. I'm trying to get rid of my messages, but oh well. Make sure you message me and I'll try to help you out. And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.